We're in March. It's kind of weird. Can't believe it. Of course, I think I say this every year, but it's going by so fast. The biggest thing we got coming up is this summer. We've been waiting a long time for the next convention, the weekend of July 2nd, right before the 4th of July. Everybody who's anybody is going to be in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Dome. This is really at the last convention is where I was recruited pretty much. When I went to the convention, I hadn't signed a single piece of paper. I hadn't done an IBA. I hadn't taken a life class. I'd done nothing. I went by myself because David said, "Hey, you should come." And I said, it's either that or vacuum the house. So I went to Atlanta. It really changed my life in a lot of ways. And if you're on the fence about going, I'll say this: go. Those who go and those who don't go, there's going to be a massive difference in the next year to 2 years of your business and what you do. They've been doing this convention for a very long time, and the math plays out. I can't tell you exactly why it is. I don't even know that it's the intangibles that you're going to get. So it's not 5 keys to this or 10 takeaways or the recognition or the get-togethers, the parties, whatever, the breakout sessions. It's really the intangibles. It's the feeling of I'm part of something that's great. I'm part of something that means something. And one of the main things that I got away the first time I went was that we are headed by some amazing people, that there's a method to the madness at the top, which was very impressive to me. So I want to encourage all of you guys, go ahead and make plans now, get registered, get your tickets, and be there. There's all kinds of incentives going on this March. PrimericaOnline.com. If you just go there, log on, it's all on the homepage. We don't have a lot of time today, so I'm not going to go through everything, but I hope you guys are having a wonderful month. I hope you're having activity. We got a lot of new stuff happening. I think one of the biggest things on the back burner that's coming forward is the new life products. And I think we might be able to hear some of that from John today. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to John Fopp. I think I got your last name correct there. John is one of our regional life sales guys in the company. And we've heard from him before, and can't wait to see what he's got for us today. You guys get notepads. This is our bread and butter, and this is one of the best guys at it. So, John, we're going to leave it to you, man.
Awesome. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate that. Happy Saturday morning, teammates. Ready to rock and roll. I know we've got to it's just like Craig said, look, these days are flying by. So take advantage of every single minute that you have in this month. Here we are, almost through 20 days of the month. So just, some unbelievable stuff going on in the company right now. And, if you were down in Hattiesburg for the kickoff event back in January, you heard some of this, but we've got some updated information on it. So as we continue to get closer to convention, we're going to be coming back with a lot more trainings on a lot of the inside in-depth features of the new life product, because look, there is a lot that is going into this launch. A lot of behind the scenes stuff, a lot of tech innovations. There's going to be some language, curves that we're going to have to get over. Excuse me, language, not language curves. So some knowledge curves. We're going to have to understand some of these new the nuances and the way things are going to work with these new features. And so just look, get excited for it, but just also don't lose focus on what you have to do leading up to convention. It has to be business as usual right now. Everybody has to have a laser focus, okay? We still have 2 fantastic products right now, very, very valuable products in Term Now and Custom Advantage. So do not lose focus on that. And I believe I mentioned it back in January in Hattiesburg, but I'll also discuss it at the very end here. We have a great opportunity for all of the business that is written in the first 6 months of this year. So I'll get to that in a second. But as you see our whole focus, launching the revolution of this life product. And we are in full march to the bends here, whether it's just focusing on March or marching for the next few months. I think we're now down to less than 115 days, I think, to convention. So it is right around the corner, teammates. But one quick incentive I didn't want you to forget about, and I know you've seen it, but this is probably one of the biggest ones we have out there. So for either yourself or any of your downlines, don't let them lose sight on this $500,000 bonus right here, this future RVP bonus. What a huge momentum shift that could be for a below RVP, somebody who's looking to take that next step and really have a surge to convention. Getting their share of this bonus right here would be absolutely, in some situations, it could be that just little kick that they needed to get their business started and really roll into convention with some momentum. So absolutely take advantage of that. But the vision for this entire year, not just leading up to convention, but also once we get out of convention and once this new product rolls out, is just making sure everybody understands that this is going to be one of the most revolutionary rollouts we've ever done in our life insurance history. Okay, we've had some major enhancements, major improvements to our business. You think back to some of the big, obviously, going public was a very, very monumental moment in the company. But this is right up there. When you roll out something as revolutionary as a brand new life product that really has the backing like this does, with all of the tech features, all of the innovations, the brand new underwriting approach. I mean, it's truly just going to be revolutionary and game-changing for your business. So we're very excited for it. You're going to see, with this rollout, all new price reductions, overall price reductions for all of your new clients, technology improvements. We mentioned that. I'm going to get to that in a second. Industry innovations that are going to put us in some true, just rare space across the industry. Competitors are now going to be looking at Primerica, even though they already are. We are the disruptor out there, but now they're really going to be looking at Primerica and being like, wow, they're doing something special over there, and how the heck are we going to compete with that? Okay, that is what's coming with this new product rollout. Improved underwriting. Okay, I just literally before we hopped on here, I said, you know what, I need to bold and underline that, because that's big. Okay, it's been a huge point of contention. I'm just being 1,000% honest with you. Our underwriting process it takes some time. It can be cumbersome. Okay, so anytime we can improve that just a little bit, okay, that's a huge win for you and a win for the company as well. And then just an overall better client experience with everything that comes behind the scenes with this new product. Okay, so when we talk about process, product, and rates with this all brand new improvement to the life process, okay, and the product, you're going to see for all of your new clients a 2.5% overall rate reduction, okay, saving all future clients $7.5 million per year, every single year. That's powerful right there. Okay. Targeted premium reductions up to 40%. I'm going to say that again, targeted premium reductions up to 40%. What we mean by targeted, okay, specifically where you're going to see your clients having the biggest premium savings is going to be for your female clients. Female clients will get those positive credits for their superior mortality. That, coupled with the brand new transformational underwriting approach, okay, is just going to, truly improve not only the underwriting process, but also provide those amazing premium reductions as well. So that's not to say our male clients will also get premium reductions as well. Everybody, the majority of new clients will, but where you're going to see the greatest reduction is for your female clients. Okay. If I get my, there we go. For those who also have not seen this as well, and maybe you didn't see it down in Hattiesburg, but these are the brand new product names as well. So we had to give it a facelift. Okay. Power Term and Precision Term are the brand new product names. Power Term replaces Term Now. Precision Term replaces Custom Advantage. So one built strictly for convenience for the client, okay? And then precision term, all about being competitive, a very, very competitive product, but also a very price competitive as well, okay? But both will absolutely exceed all of your clients' expectations. And also very importantly, allow you to build a bigger business than ever before. Okay, so on the technology side, 3 great features that are coming with this new product rollout that are paving the way. Okay, the first 2, client authentication and bank account linking technology, those are paving the way for real-time underwriting at the kitchen table. Okay, and when we mean real-time underwriting, it's not like rapid issue that we currently have. This is going to be even faster than rapid issue. So we're super excited about that. Client authentication allows your client to have they have the peace of mind that their personal data is secure and accurate the first time it's populated into the Turbo app. So of course it pulls in 2 big data points, the client's driver's license number and their social security number, automatically into the Turbo app. Okay, and then bank account linking technology, this unique process utilizes the client's phone. So the security of their phone, they can log into their mobile banking site and then seamlessly, okay, link up their banking information, routing and account number directly into that Turbo app, okay, giving you and the client peace of mind that that banking is correct the first time it is submitted up. All right. And then the third one, Docusign, so excited for this, allowing those clients to digitally sign all of those required signature pages, whether it's an amendment, basic illustration, disclosure pages, whatever those needed signature requirements are, they can digitally sign them. Okay, you know that they're going to get submitted up seamlessly and securely to the home office. No longer are you having to track down or race down physical signatures to get those returned back to the home office. It all is done electronically and automatically to the home office. So just allowing you to move on with your business a lot quicker. Go set more appointments, go meet with more clients, because you're not having to worry about, all right, I need to go collect signatures. Client's going to do it right there through Docusign. So 3 huge technology enhancements right there. And then when we talk about getting in a competitive space out in the industry, we're adding that 5th band of coverage. So 750,000 and above for that 5th band, okay, aligning perfectly for those clients looking for higher coverage amounts, but still a very price competitive product a price competitive band with that 750,000 and above. All new clients will also have a reduced policy fee of $65. It really should just say a policy fee of $65, because they're not going to know that it was just previously $75. It's just all brand new clients going forward. $65 will be the individual policy fee. Our child riders, this is really, really neat here too. The maximum child rider amount is still going to stay $50,000. All right, but we're actually dropping the eligibility period down to 5 days when you can add that rider on. So from 5 days old up to their 18th birthday, you can add that child rider on. Now, the age of majority stays the same. So as long as that child is added on prior to their 18th birthday, they will stay on until age of majority. And then at that point, they'll go through the conversion process. But if they're 19 years old, at that point, we consider them, a young, at least in my mind, that's considered a young adult. So they need to apply for their own coverage. They'll have to attest to their own health history and their health status if they are 18 or older. All right, so great feature there, dropping that eligibility period down to 5 days. And then the biggest transformation with this entire product rollout is going to be on the underwriting side. So super, super excited for this, utilizing new data, new methodology, specifically sex as an underwriting factor that's going to create more classes and more competitive rates for our clients. So this is the new underwriting approach here that you see. It's going to be numeric in scale. So ranked 1 to 10, 1, 2, and 3 are going to be your lowest priced classes. Okay, they're going to be the most price competitive, 1, 2, and 3. 4, 5, and 6 are going to kind of be your sweet spot right in the middle. That's where the majority of clients will initially fall. Okay, that's where they're going to be applied at, is somewhere between 4, 5, and 6. And then, of course, they can be upgraded based on their overall health and their our medical review, all that kind of stuff, and completing underwriting on them. But majority will fall in that class 4, 5, or 6. 7 is going to be reserved for a special use class, probably child conversions. And then 8, 9, and 10 are strictly for tobacco users. So if you do have a client that that uses tobacco, that smokes, they would be applied in classes 8, 9, and 10. So it's very unique how it's going to work. So instead of your clients getting knocked out of a underwriting class like they currently do, let's say you have a client that is applied at Preferred Plus. Well, of course, we're going to put them through some additional underwriting. They might actually get knocked down a class. So if we find, something in their medical history, or we pull an APS or complete tele-interview on them, all right, based on that review, they might absolutely, they could potentially get knocked down a class. So from Preferred Plus down to Preferred, and then maybe we find something else in that additional review, and suddenly they get knocked all the way down to Standard Select. That's what we call knockout underwriting, which is what we use currently. This new trade-off underwriting is going to use kind of a credit debit system, where one particular thing in that client's history won't knock them out of an entire underwriting class, which will be very, very nice. It allows us to be more price competitive and health specific to each client. So majority of all new clients will already see a price reduction, which is going to be great. The nice thing with this is they're not necessarily going to be knocked out of an entire underwriting class. So really, really unique way how this is going to be done. We're going to have a lot more additional training on this, because this is going to be probably the biggest learning curve right here, making sure everybody understands how to apply the client, what to explain, which class they're going to be applied at, how the quick quote process is going to tie into this new underwriting process as well. So very, very unique here. So just hang tight with us. We'll absolutely be back with more additional training on this. But also keep in mind, with the new underwriting process, and I say this collectively as a whole with the new product rollout, all of our great features and options behind the scenes will remain unchanged. So the IBR stays the same. That doesn't change. Waiver of premium, terminal illness benefit, all of those will still be available to the client, even with all of these new additions and features to the life product. So rest assured, all of that stays unchanged, okay? Now, this is what I mentioned in the beginning. So there has never been a better time, teammates, than right now to meet with more families than you ever have before, to try and get them the proper coverage they need, because we're going to offer the opportunity for any business that is written in the first 6 months of this year. So from January 1st through convention, basically the first day of convention, we will do a deep dive. We're actually going to pull that entire bucket of business and do a side-by-side comparison. Okay. If it truly benefits the client, if we can say, you know what, they have this amount of coverage, they're paying this much on a term now product, but we could save them money and maybe get them more coverage if we move them to power term. Okay. We will actually move the client over with zero impact or any negative impact to your business. So there could be some slight additional underwriting required, again, based on what we move them to. But the great thing with this is, of course, we're going to leave it completely up to the client. We're not just going to do this without notifying them, of course. We'll reach out to the writing rep first and say, hey, we've identified this client. We think they might be a great fit for the new product. We could save them this money, this much in premium, kind of lay it out for you, and then allow you to take that to the client and basically say, okay, here's the situation. Would you like to move to the product? Does this sound good? If they give you the thumbs up, fantastic. We'll start the process. If they give you the thumbs down and they're happy with what they have, then no harm, no foul. We'll just leave everything alone as it is, and their coverage will stay, currently at what it is. So just a great kind of incentive to you to look, just focus on these 6 months of this year leading up to convention. And if it benefits the client, we will move them over to the new product. So no internal replacement penalties and no negative persistency impact along with this. So really, really nice there. But all great stuff coming with the new product rollout. So many other things that I really didn't get to mention. And I've got just a few minutes, so I will actually go talk about them real quick because they weren't in my presentation, but we are moving to actual age versus insurance age with this new product rollout. So all of your new clients, again, going forward with the rollout, it will be based on their actual age at application issue is what we will be going by, their actual age. We are going to individual policies. Okay, this is going to be a big one. Family banding is going away. Okay, unfortunately, there's two reasons why we are doing away with family banding. Probably the biggest one is the increased divorce rate. Over the past few years, at least 10 years, the divorce rate has been steadily increasing. And so it's a headache for you. It's a headache for the client to have to split those policies due to divorce because you're trying to get signatures. You're trying to figure out who's going to be removed, how to, strategically handle that conversion due to divorce. And so if we already have them written on individual policies, it saves, a lot of headache on the chance that they do to get divorced because they're already on their own individual policy. And then the other reason we did it is just the overall usage of family banding has been steadily declining over the past few years. As of 2020, a full year of business back in 2020, family banding was only utilized 18% of the time across the country. So it's just not a viable or useful option anymore. But with the removal of family banding, I know one of the biggest reasons people banded policies was because of that savings that we were going to provide the client with having them combined. We're already going to have those premium reductions built in for those new clients with the individual policies. So that should not be an issue there. So individual policies, that's another big one. And then we're also a small one, we're doing away with modal factor. So currently your client has 4 ways that they can pay their premium. Of course, it's monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, and annually. And based on how they pay that premium, there's certain calculations you can run. You have to multiply it by all these 0.095 and figure what that out is. It's a confusing process. By removing modal factor, it's basically a level playing field for all clients. If they pay monthly, they simply take that annual premium divided by 12. If they want to pay quarterly, you divide it by 4. Semi-annually divided by 2, you get the gist. So it just makes it very easy to explain to the client exactly what their premium will be based on how they decide to pay, whether, whichever factor that is. So 3 other great features there that are coming with the product rollout, and just all exciting stuff, teammates. I mean, when we think collectively about this new product rollout, it's going to be not only game changing for your business, but an overall just increased valuable experience for the client with the technology and the state-of-the-art features, allowing that personal data to be pulled into the Turbo app. Security is a very important thing right now across most companies and industries. And so if we can give that client peace of mind and they know that they're getting the best value for their money with Term Now, obviously we can then take that particular client and hopefully invest the difference for them. We'll have a lifelong client, and you'll be happy with how it will hopefully grow your business as well. So just keep fighting this month, teammates. Here we are almost again, 20 days into the month. So do everything you can to push those incentives. I hope to see everybody at convention. Again, we'll come back and do some more detailed training on all of this, but have a fantastic Saturday. And I do have a few minutes, so I can certainly open it up for questions if you'd like.
John, I've got a couple in chat. One of them, Roger Rucker asked, will the new process allow for annual premiums to be electronically transferred?
Will the new process allow for annual premiums to be electronically transferred? That's a great question. I'm trying to, when you mean annual,
Basically, to do a big annual premium transfer electronically as opposed to them paying the first month and then changing them to annual, et cetera, et cetera. I
I
believe
see what you're
they're
saying.
asking.
That's a great question. Let me find out on that because I'm not sure how they're reworking that. Roger, I will absolutely get back to you on that and get details there. Because yeah, I'm not sure. I know they're reworking that whole how that modal process is going to work, especially with how it's going to be built into the new My Primerica. So let me get back to you on that, Roger. I will absolutely get an answer for you there.
Awesome.
Great
And then
question.
one more question, and I'm allowing folks to unmute themselves now. Also, David Epler asked, child conversion lower from 25 to 18. I believe from what you said, it was if you're 17 years old, you're considered still a child, and then basically it'd be the regular 25 years old, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, the
But if they're
conversion age does
18, then
not
they're
change.
considered. But if
Yeah,
they're
that's
18, then
correct. As
they're
long as
considered.
they're added prior to their 18th birthday, they will remain on until age of majority, which is 25, and then at that point, the conversion will kick in.
Okay.
Yep.
And everybody else should have the ability to unmute now. Apologize, my daughter's screaming in the background. So everybody should be able to unmute themselves and ask any questions that you've got. So now's your chance.
Just as we're waiting for questions, I'm gonna write.
When's DocuSign coming to securities? Do you have any idea?
Well, I know it's utilized currently in part of securities. I believe on the 65 side, it's utilized. But I feel as though, and I think it will happen once it rolls out on the life side officially, across the masses, and they'll see how effective it is and utilized it is. They'll roll it over to the security side across the spectrum, for all products. So I absolutely see that happening. Yep.
Good deal. Anybody got any more questions? Surely. I know Steve's got something.
Hey, Tommy. One of the things that and I'm David Landrum.
Yes, sir.
For any new people that may have on here, but John, hey man, we appreciate you sharing. And the thing about it is, one of the things great about Primerica is, when you look at the partners that we have. And on the investment side, the mortgage now, with Quicken loans, I mean, they're household name companies. But on Primerica Life, on the income protection side, man, that company is just so incredible that we can offer these services, and to have somebody like John and the other regional leaders that, if you notice that last slide he had his cell phone number, had his contact info. And so what a valuable resource that you have that you can reach out to with questions and, things like that. So, but John, the other thing that I was thinking about, I know when Glenn told us about the next gen product, as we call it, that in developing this product, the company went to key people in the company. I mean, these weren't people that have been here a year. These are seasoned leaders in Primerica Life 3 years ago, and said, listen, your job has been this, and this. Well, effective immediately, that's no longer what you're going to focus on. We're going to develop one of the most innovative products. We're going to analyze every aspect of income protection, of creating that instant estate for families in case something bad happens. And we don't know how long it's going to take, but we want y'all to, from head to toe, to examine and improve any glitches, any gotchas, anything, and anything that would help us streamline this process. We want you to focus on it. And so anyway, that's what y'all done. And to me, that's an incredible investment that our company has made in this. And I believe, and just like, for example, John, that what you said is after the convention that y'all are going to do a deep dive and say which product is best for this client. I mean, first of all, how many companies are going to do that? And I would tell you this: we're the only company selling term insurance, which, any consumer advocate, the only people that tell you not to buy term are the agents who sell the cash value products.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't care whether it's, Consumer Reports, Money Magazine, Susie Orman, Dave Ramsey, you name it. And it's been that way since our company started. But then to go back and put the client first and say, look, if we can, it'd be better, Mr. Client, for we can lower your rate another $15 a month if you do this new product now. And, we don't benefit on it, right? The company doesn't benefit on the customer, the client is going to benefit on that transaction. So we're doing that as a service. To me, that says a lot, John. I don't know if you have any comments to make on that.
No, absolutely. I think it's when we go back to that number I provided in that one slide, I mean, saving all future clients $7.5 million every single year. When you really put that into perspective, teammates, that's not $7.5 million the company's keeping. We turned around and said, we're giving that back to the client in the form of rate reductions, class upgrades. How can we take this new product and truly make it the most valuable thing out on the market and truly provide the best experience for the client? And so we said, look, let's do that in the form of rate reductions and be the most competitive term product out on the market right now. So we can maybe start to flip some of those whole life cash value clients and say, look, come see what we have over here at Primerica. You truly will not be let down here with proper buy term and invest the difference. So,
yeah. So, well, John, listen, man, thank you so much for today and jumping on and sharing this, because I believe this. I agree. The more I have researched it, we've got training again. The Field Advisory Council. We've got more training this week on it. The first time that Glenn reviewed this, he said, look, we're going to double our production, on this product. And I initially thought, boy, that sounds pretty optimistic. But you know what? The more I have looked into it and kicked the tires on it, hey guys, we're going to double production. We're going to double the production. And when you combine that with everything else we're doing, I don't care whether it's a senior healthcare, the Quicken loans, 100 million a month now. We're their largest outside partner of Quicken is now Primerica, and we're only really going in about 14 states, and we're just cranking up in those. What's going to happen when we're in all 50, right? It's going to be incredible. So I just think we're in the catbird seat here from a distribution standpoint, having all the pieces of the puzzle in place that we've got. So, but anyway, John, we appreciate you taking the time to jump on today. And anything else you have to say? Is that it?
Nope, that was it. I appreciate it. I hope everybody got my contact information. And just like David said, look, please feel free to reach out to me for anything you need pertaining to your life business from A to Z. I'm here to just help you grow it as big as you can. So I want to be your liaison and your advocate to help you grow your business. So.
Yeah, I'll be calling you Monday. I got a question for you.
Very good.
Okay, great. Y'all, hey, listen, guys, hang on. So John, thank you. He's going to drop off and do another. I've got some things that I want to share with everybody this morning, just as we're going to actually finish early. I know anybody that's ever done a meeting with me, that's a minor miracle, right? For that to happen. By the way, I'm holding the phone here. Jill and I, we are down here in the Panhandle of Florida, Rosemary Beach, and I drove all the way. She pulled over. I mean, I pulled over to let her drive. Just while I do this call, which is, I'm kind of a nervous wreck right now. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, so that's why, you see everything moving behind me. But just a couple of things. First of all, RVP Jerry Bennett, I just found out really on the way down here this morning that we had a leadership retreat, kind of a future RVP meeting, kind of coaching people to RVP. We had a leadership retreat, probably 6 weeks ago in Jackson. But Tim and Laura, I saw were there, and anyway, found out this morning, not because of the leadership retreat, I'm sure, but anyway, Tim and Laura just went over, got the watch, 50K watch. I think they're as of this morning. Whoa, I don't know. Oh yeah, 57,000 in income. So congratulations to them. I also want to say for our base shop, we are going to make a little adjustment. Every Tuesday morning, I do a Zoom call, in for our base shop, a leadership meeting, just kind of keep people in the base shop. Well, we're going to move that instead of 10:30, we're going to do it at 11:30 a.m. We're going to watch the LFIC call. If you folks, let me tell you, if you don't watch that, man, anybody's welcome to do it. You can do it on the LFIC Facebook page. You can join that. You can get with your RVP. If you can't, get with Tommy or me or Craig, whatever, and plug into that 11:30 Central Time. And then I've been doing my leadership meeting at 10:30. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the we're going to watch LFIC call at 11:30 Central Time, and then we're going to do just a 30-minute little session on my Zoom number, this Zoom number, after the LFIC call. So that'd be about 12:30 Central Time for 30 minutes to kind of review what was said and kind of fine tune our game plan from it. So we're going to start that this Tuesday. The other thing is I want to promote April 2nd, which is Saturday, April 2nd at 10 a.m. Jill and I are going to host a special leadership hour, but it actually is going to be a 2-hour session. And we've got some things we're going to be talking about. It's going to be very pivotal 2 hours in our hierarchy, in our hierarchy's history and future. So it's going to be a very special event. We're opening that up to everybody. My goal is to get every RVP in our hierarchy on that Zoom call on April 2nd. So I'm going to start really promoting that this week. But like I said, we're opening it up to, hey, let me tell you, what we're doing is we're looking for leadership, right? We're looking for leadership. And so the thing about it is, man, you gotta, if you want to, this is a place where if you're looking for a place you can plant your flag and go make it happen for you and your family, you and your dream, hey, this is the place to do it. So anyway, so we're opening that up too. So that's a Tuesday, April 2nd at 10 a.m. Central Time, this same Zoom number. Okay. And so that's going to be great. We've got Dan Hall is going to be one of our guest speaker, and Jill and I will do the rest of it. But Dan Hall is going to be talking about your leader, your story. What are your strengths? Helping you identify what your strengths are. And actually, after the session, we're going to have a way that you can go and actually take a test that would give you, what are your 4 or 5 strongest points, right? There's a book written years ago about building on your strengths. Okay. So that's what we're going to do April 2nd. You do not want to miss that. That's going to be valuable. Dan's going to be doing for about 45 minute session on that. So that's gonna be great. Identifying your strengths. And then, like I said, Jill and I'll be talking about some other things. Guys, let me tell you, this week we had I was on a senior leader call with the LFIC. That's for leaders for innovation and collaboration. It's a field-driven leadership that many of us have gotten involved in the company. Some of the top leaders in Primerica. We had a call this week, and we're doing a beta test now, and everything we do is is gone through compliance or going in the process of going through compliance, and we're doing a beta test now on a new system, and I saw it about a year ago. Many of you have seen the financial house video, our overview video, kind of an animated video, 18-minute or 14-minute. There's different ones of them, and we've been using those, and it's been good in a way to put across the company and who we are and what we do and where we're going, how we're going to get there. And I saw a demonstration this week, John Lavin did, of a you can have anything from a Q code or whatever, where people can take a picture of it, and it takes you to basically your personalized landing page. They put mine together for me. I've got one more thing to do on mine, but it literally my landing page was put together with my picture, my signature, and on my landing page, it's kind of like a digital business card, right? And so anyway, they put mine together, and so like it's got everything from the Q code, that you can pass on to people, a link you can text someone or email them that goes directly to that page. Also a wristband that I can be here at Rosemary Beach, and I can meet someone or whatever. And let's say, we strike up a conversation, and rather than exchanging business cards, I can say, "Hey, John, man, nice to meet you," or whether it's somebody you meet or somebody you've known for 10 years. "Hey, let's get together. Let me give you my info." And I just grab their phone and tap the band, and all of a sudden it shows up on their phone, and they've got all my info. But then when they click on it, it has things like, you know, uh, do you know your FIN number, your financial independence number? And it's got a little thing they can click on, shows them a 2-minute video of why your FIN number, your financial independence number, is so important. Then it asks them, would you like to calculate yours? And it takes them through this little fun exercise, and it calculates their FIN number, and lets them know that, look, if their FIN number is too high, there's ways you can solve that. You can either lower your goals for retirement, or you can get a game plan. And then it has, would you like to schedule an appointment? And it's got my calendar on it and the days that I want to work, or that I'm willing to, or see people or whatever. And they can click on it, and it will schedule a 30-minute Zoom or one-on-one meeting or whatever. But it's all turnkey. And let me tell you where that's headed is a very simple, to me, simple is good. You know why? Because it's transferable. And I'm thinking about a brand new recruit coming in, and being able to sit down with them and put that together for a brand new recruit. Okay, once they get licensed, they got to get licensed first before we can do that, because they've got to be able to solicit. But anyway, man, the professionalism of it, and it's got the financial house video on it. It's got the overview video. It's got the financial independent, the FIN video on it. all on there, plus your calendar. And that's going to be for where it's headed. It's going to tie in eventually to Primerica Online, to the Rep Marketing Center, and all the materials that we can use from that. So guys, what's happening here, and you're going to see this evolve, I believe, into really just a one platform, one transferable platform that's going to take all the pieces of the puzzle and tie it together, right? And so to me, man, I sat there and I called Dean Francis after, and I said, my Lord, man, this is going. I said, look, I can do this. Matter of fact, Steve Hackett, I'm looking at Stevie there. Is that turtles behind? No, that's somebody on a surfboard. But anyway, but Steve was on there too, on that call. So anyway, that's gonna be good. Um, by the way, you know, there's a video, a fine-tuning video, kind of a panel discussion that John Lavin led over the last 10 days or so on a Tuesday. I put that on GroupMe for those of you that are on our RVP GroupMe and also our leadership retreat GroupMe. You need to watch that. I'm going to actually email it out to all the RVPs in our hierarchy this week. It's about a 40-minute panel discussion. And what John Lavin did had like 3 or 4 individuals or couples, and they just took and said, okay, they've been working with the, let's say the overview video, the animated video. And we've had that a little over a year now, or about a year. And what they did is said, okay, look, and their numbers, they're killing it, right? And they said, here's what we're doing. And so what's happened is when we first came out with that, there's been a lot of fine tuning that people have said, well, this is the best way it works, or it doesn't work, or whatever. And man, what was amazing to me is everybody on that panel was in agreement in what they're doing and how they're approaching it. And you need to take that. If you have access to that video, man, you need to take this weekend and watch that video and fine tune whatever you're doing. As a matter of fact, I'll give you 2 examples, right? Over the last 10 days, I've interviewed 2 different people. Okay. And well, let's say the last 3 weeks. Okay. I've interviewed 2 different people. Now, some people say, well, David, that's a shocker that you've interviewed 2 people in the last 3 weeks. But anyway, one was a police officer and one was another great guy that I had met. And it was kind of a engineering type person. I met him at Starbucks. We just started talking, just a super guy. But anyway, so when I met with them, what I did, I met one at my office and one at Starbucks over a cup of coffee. And what I did is I spent about 20 minutes just getting to know them, form, family, occupation, and then message, and I spent, we spent probably 15, 10 minutes just getting to know each other, my story, their story, talking about maybe common ground or whatever. And then I did about a 10-minute cliff note overview of kind of like my story in Primerica. I got started managing health club and full-time student, after then went full-time, my story. But now, and just maybe 5 minutes on Primerica, New York Stock Exchange. We're in the money business. We got the marketing side of our company, but we also have the leadership side of the company. I'm looking for leadership. And so, look, I know that we've been talking the last 20 minutes or whatever, but rather than, we've got a digital video that I can text you, right? I can text you when I leave. I'm going to text it to you. And it puts across basically where it would take me an hour to sit here and do that, get it across in the same way. This digital video does in about 18 minutes. So what I'd like to do is text that to you, and it lets you know kind of who we are, what we do, where we're headed, how we're going to get there. And so all you have to do when I text it to you, you just key in your name, your email address, and sale, right? Okay. And then after you get through watching it, it'll give you 3 options. And then you just respond to the 3 options, whichever one you may be interested in or may not. I mean, if not, you might know someone who may be. And guys, by the way, man, if you aren't working this business indirectly, you're missing it, right? The key is being indirect. Hey, you may not be interested. I'd like to get with you, right? Tell you what I'm doing, all that stuff. Nothing may come from this, but you never can tell. You may not be interested, but you may know someone who may be. Do you know how many times in 4 decades I have said that? I mean, there's no way to count them, right? And I've built my whole company off indirect because I don't like putting pressure on people. But see, I can feel good about that. I can feel good about, I know I'm doing a good thing. And then, if you just get with people that is so non-threatening, it is so low key, and then you're looking for people that are looking for you. There are those people that will say, well, crap, yeah, I'm going to watch a video, but what about me? Right? Hey, I may be interested, David, and man, I like what you're saying, because you know what? When you're doing indirect, you know what goes away? The wall, that thick wall, because most people, when you sit down with them and you're doing any type of marketing, right? There's an invisible wall there that's about 8 foot thick, and it's almost soundproof because they're thinking, how do I get out of this without buying something? And all of a sudden, when you tear down the wall before you even get started, even when you set the appointment, you tear down the wall, right? I want to get with you. Nothing may come from this, but look, worst case, you may run into somebody next week. You could point my direction, right? Folks, there's no way. If a person refuses to see you based on that approach, you probably don't want to sit down with them anyway, because that's a selfish person, right? They don't like helping people, and we don't really want those people in our company, right? That kind of gets the chaff out of the way. That's the way I look at it. And then that way you just go around trying to help people. You're looking for that person. They may be it, they may not. You're going to let God sort that out. What's your responsibility? Is to put your hand to the plow and ask the Lord to bless your effort and to point you to the people that are looking, that did say that prayer this morning. Lord, help me do what I need to do for my family, right? A good person. They may not be, as long as they're a good person, we want them, right? As long as they're a good person, we want them. So anyway, the last thing I will say is 2 weeks from yesterday, we close out this month. And guys, you know what? Every month is a big deal. It's not a little deal. Every month's a big deal. And you know what? If welcome, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, right? Well, entrepreneur sounds real, maybe not sexy, but real fun and exciting. Man, I want to be an entrepreneur. Well, you know what? Hell, let me tell you, entrepreneurs, a couple of things about them. They're if you're going to be successful, they're their own toughest boss. They're willing to go put themselves through it, right, rather than have somebody else put them through it, right? So they're willing to go be their own toughest boss, and all entrepreneurs are on commission, right? You can own a McDonald's if you don't sell enough burgers, right? You think the pandemic has hurt some of those guys, right? You don't sell enough burgers. I mean, you can write yourself a check, but it may bounce, right? And so we're all on commission. And but man, once you get a taste of that, let me tell you what, the key on my key ring in my pocket to my office building now, okay? This one dude, I'm never going back to work for somebody else, right? Once you get a taste of it, I got 4 months of it on working on the side in Primerica. And man, I just couldn't believe that I could go out there and build my dream instead of somebody else's. But not only that, no inventory, no payroll, no franchise fee, right? No debt on your business. To have a business that could be worth very valuable to an income to your family, and that then you can pass it on later on when you kick the bucket, okay, or whatever, or get ready to shut it down. That's what we have to take advantage of. The last thing, and Craig started off with it, was the convention, right? Guys, you can't afford not to go to the convention. As a matter of fact, if you go to the convention, you got to go. Okay, if you're in Primerica, you got to go. We hadn't. I mean, this is the first convention we've had in 3 years, since 2019. And so let me tell you, man, if you have to go to the convention, it's going to be 2 more years. If you're new, it's going to put you 6 months ahead. Okay, if you're older in the business, then it's going to help you fine tune a year's worth of fine tuning in like 3 days, right? And so this is going to be a special convention with everything that's going to be rolled out. As a matter of fact, and here's money back guarantee. What you ought to do is get by the way, yeah, there's an investment in Primerica. You can't afford not to go. That's the investment. Okay. So you don't have franchise fees or anything like that. But yeah, you got to go get a hotel room. I don't know what the fee is to register. Brand new people don't pay hardly anything, but maybe $40, whatever. I think a seasoned person pays $125 a head. Take your partner, right? Man, I took Jill to that Sea Island convention, and we left that, and I quit college, quit the health club. She quit the bank the next week, right? And so, so here's the deal. What you do is if you go to the convention, keep up with all your expenses, right? And this is being recorded. Matter of fact, you can turn your camera on and record me as I'm saying this. Go to the convention, keep up with all your expenses, hotel room, gas, meals, all that stuff. And after the convention, if it wasn't worth what you paid, let me know and I'll cut you a check. Money back guarantee, right? Okay, so you have nothing to risk. Because what if you go over there and man, it clicks? What happens, right? The chances of you becoming a VP go up dramatically by being there, right? So anyway, that's all I have. I don't know if anybody else has any comments or whatever. Steve, you might have something.
I'm good, brother. That was great.
Okay, good. Anybody else?
That was fantastic, Pops. That was great. So like, I'm assuming they're rolling out the new life products at convention.
Yeah, so it'll be officially rolled out, but I think you'll see the actual transactions start to flowing. I would say July and August, right? So we're starting training now. We've already started, right? I've got another training this week. And so they're starting with kind of senior leaders, but then all RVPs and at the field. And so, yeah, so between now and the convention, we're going to be training up really well on it. But the good thing is, guys, that's part of the beauty of it. There's not going to be as much you have to know, because everything is going to be so internalized in the system, right? It's almost hard to mess it up. You see what I mean? So it's just going to be a lot simpler, is what I'm saying.
David,
You
Tommy,
know,
I do have something. The LFIC guys, again, I just think it's vital that everybody understand what David was talking about this fin bracelet was unbelievable. I have never in my 30 plus years here have ever seen anything like this. You're going to have everything in one place, quick, simple, and they use the word, I can't believe they use the word easy. So that's a big, huge deal. And then if everybody can just understand how important this 2x5 thing is, 2 recruits,
Yeah. Wow.
5,000 in premium, 2 recruits, there's 2 full weeks left in the month, 2 recruits personal, 5,000 in premium, which is about 4 to 5 sales today. And you do that and you get on a millionaire's call, and David's brother and Tommy's uncle, Mr. Mike Landrum, is one of the millionaire speakers that's going to be on in addition. But you get a private session with these guys, which has just been unbelievable so far. So if I can encourage everybody for the next 14 days to just give it everything you got. And really what it comes down to is about 4 appointments a week is really what it comes down to. If you did 4 kitchen tables each week for the next 2 weeks, you'd have your 2x5 is what you'd have. So anyway, 2x5 for the next 14 days.
Yeah, and that's a monthly thing that you can, and that's with your name on it. Two recruits and 5K. So that's basically 5 term sales in a month, and 2. We call that the bookends of the business for anybody new, and 2 recruits. Then it's a mentor program through LFIC, and I'm also going to volunteer to be to get on that group. So as a mentor. So yeah, you've got different leaders that you get that personal coaching, okay, from that. And so what you want to do is do that every month, right? And then that way you have that coaching session every month. And what's great is it's free. I mean, it's free, and it's everything's personalized to helping you get good here in this business, right? So anyway, that's a big deal. So there was one other, Steve, you just reminded me of something. What did you say about let's see, 2 convention? Man, what was that other thing you said,
The
Steve?
bracelets.
Talking about the
No,
fin bracelet, quick, easy, and simple.
No, something else. You remember what
4
else you
appointments a
said?
week.
No,
Oh, what was that, Tommy?
4 appointments a week.
no, that wasn't it. But anyway, must not have been that important. But okay, guys. Hey, well, listen, I appreciate everybody, and Tommy, I'll turn it back over to you. Well, look at it; it's 11:05.
Yeah, we're wrapping up. I'm bringing the heat, guys, tomorrow. I'm telling the tales of being an SNSD son and nephew. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give my story. Okay, it'll be so y'all make sure you tune in next week. It'll be great. Hopefully, so it'll be honest though. I promise you that. So, Dad, you looking forward to that?
We're looking.
Okay, guys.
He said, "Are you looking forward to that?"
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, yeah, I want to tune in for that one. Okay.
246.
Okay. Yeah, y'all have a good weekend. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. I'm about to end it.